Hey, I'm Mike Turner, your friendly filmmaker, and today I want to talk about hooking up the Saramonic units, Saramonic UwMic10 microphones to the JVC camera and some problems that I encountered when doing so. Oh, stay right there. You're going to want to see this. So I've mentioned these UwMic10 mics in another video, and I really like them and I use them a lot. I mean, I've had them for a year now and I can't really count how many times I've used these things. I mean, I don't know, man, a lot. I mean, I use it a lot. I make all the videos with these, all the YouTube videos that you watch. I make it with these mics. I shoot all my weddings with these mics. I've shot seminars with these mics. Just a ton. I shot a film with these mics. Just a ton of different things with these microphones. The problem is the microphones come with 2 different transmitters and 1 receiver. So basically you can plug 1 receiver into the JVC, and supposedly it's supposed to take 2 separate audio tracks from each receiver, send one to the left and send the other to the right. Now, if you have one of these JVC cameras or any professional video camera that has XLR inputs, you know that doesn't really work with the XLR inputs. Even if you use a splitter cable, which I tried, and you plug the receiver into the splitter and split each one plugged into input 1 and the other plugged into input 2, it still does not work. It's not designed that way. So basically, you'll come into the receiver and you'll set it to stereo. And once you set it to stereo, that means, okay, this person is using 2 microphones and they want the tracks to be separate. That's what the stereo setting does. Does not work when you're using XLR. It took me a while to figure this out. I actually called Saramonic, and you can't really speak to Saramonic because they're an Asian company, so they have distributors in the United States. So I spoke to 2 gentlemen from Movo Photo, because those are the people that handle the Saramonic distribution in the United States and help you with any technical problems you may have. And they just thought I had a bad cable, and they sent me another cable, and that didn't work. And basically that doesn't work because XLR is mono. That's what it is. It is a mono signal. So it can only transmit to one channel at a time. It can't transmit to 2, unless maybe you have some type of special proprietary cable. Maybe it can, but just by design, it's not really meant to do that. Right now, you're seeing the audio meters moving, and you're thinking, okay, I've hooked up the splitter and it's working like it's supposed to work, but actually it's not, and I'm going to show you why. If I actually unplug one of these mics, both of these meters are still going to move. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. So now I'm going to go ahead and unplug the other mic. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. And you can see nothing is happening. So it's not splitting the signal like it's supposed to be splitting. It's just taking one signal from one of the mics, and that's it. So how did I get around this problem? Took me a while. I just figured it out. I've had 2 JVC cameras. I sold the 170U and I got the LS300, but they're basically the same, except with the JVC you could change the lenses. It has a bigger sensor. I'm creating a video about that, so look out for it. Anyway, it also has auxiliary inputs at the back of it. So if you go to the back of the camera and you just use the regular, I think the 3.5 millimeter cable that you get with the Saramonic unit and plug that into the auxiliary, then you can use the stereo functionality. Now first, I tried that and it didn't work, and I wasn't understanding why. In order for the auxiliary input that's at the back of the JVC camera to work, you have to have the switches on the top handle switched to internal. If they're on input 1 and input 2, it's not going to work. So once you put them both to internal, now they will both work and the auxiliary will be able to work with the Saramonic unit, recording 2 different tracks. So one's going to the left and the other pack is going to the right as designed. So that's the way you get it working. So anyway, if you have the Saramonic UwMic10 unit that I have with 2 different transmitters, that is the way you can record both of those transmitters going into the JVC on the left and the right channel. You have to use the auxiliary. Oh shit, get out of here. Fighting a bee, 2 bees. Shit. Okay, sorry about that. This is what happens when you shoot out in nature. You have to deal with bugs and bees. Anyway, so if you have the UwMic10 Saramonic unit with 2 transmitters, that is the way you can record one pack to the left and the other pack to the right channel. You have to use the 3.5 millimeter connector. You cannot use the XLR, it will not work. And you have to make sure that your JVC switches are set to internal, not input 1 and not input 2, and you're all set. Hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel for more videos where we'll talk about more camera equipment, more tips and tricks, filmmaking techniques, and everything else under the sun. I'm Michael Turner. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you soon.